Guess whose birthday it is? Happy birthday, Carol.
Thank you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Carol. Happy birthday to you.
Can you do this? There you go.
Hi
We're
there.
just vamping. We're
Here we
vamping.
are on the radio.
This is behind the
It's Carol's
scenes.
birthday, 29 today. Carol, I'm 33. So,
What is your beauty secret?
Look at all the beer.
there we go.
All right, you got about 30 seconds of extra B-roll.
Who's thirsty? Ha!
Let's have a party and drink up a lot of beer. Let's have a party and drink up a lot of beer.
25 before 9 o'clock, now the morning news with Webster and Nancy on WILK. Now the two-time winner of the Pennsylvania Association of Broadcasters Award and the two-time winner of the Pennsylvania Associated Press Broadcasters Association Award, promoting and advancing the craft and microbrew culture in Northeast Pennsylvania. It's another edition of
The Friday Beer Buzz! And the Friday Beer Buzz, powered by Sabatini's, one of the area's greatest selections of rare craft and imported beers. Growlers and Crowlers, a hand pump, and 35 rotating drafts at Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bar and Bottle Shop, Wyoming Avenue in Exeter.
Lindo Sabatini in the studio. Lindo, good morning.
Lindo.
I should be used to it. Every week you guys scream.
And
Every week it scares me.
plus, well, the nice thing, though, this week you can see everyone and recognize us because we're not wearing our fancy makeup or we don't have our fog machine that sets the fire alarm off.
That was a little bit of an improvement last week.
I stopped at Sabatini's after we left here last week to pick up some of The Walking Dead, and Lindo said that I got most of the makeup off. He said, but you look kind of pink. And I did for like 2 days.
Yeah, that red didn't
kind of a glow.
come off really easily.
Here's Bill from mybeerbuzz.com.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, Bill.
The blood didn't come off easily.
No, that was the toughest one, the red, for whatever reason. That's because I think it's made of crushed beetles. I believe that's
Had I
true.
known that, I looked like I had been punched in the lip for the rest of the day. I want to go on the record for two things.
Okay.
One is, last week, instead of screaming the Friday Beer Buzz, I screamed brains.
Oh.
If you listen carefully on the video, you can hear it.
Oh, how about that?
And the other thing is, I had nothing to do with the smoke machine.
It was your idea.
See, that's incendiary, though, and I don't mean that as a pun. It's not a smoke machine, Bill.
fog.
It's a fog machine.
Then how did we set off the fog? There are fog alarms in the building?
Yes, because we're advanced here. We not only have smoke alarms, we have artificial fog alarms in the hallway. And again, the beauty is this room was thick with that artificial fog. Not an alarm went off. Doesn't matter. This room could burst into flames.
Yeah.
No one would know unless they opened the door.
Yeah.
But when we opened the door,
we opened the door.
then everybody thought that's exactly what happened.
We were good till we opened the door.
Yeah.
So we have guests joining us.
Guests are in the studio.
One of them is retaking the lead as most appearances on the show.
Very nice.
We have,
Thank you.
from the Wyoming Valley Homebrewers, we have Chuck Yarmey and Dan Schreffler. Welcome in, guys.
Chuck Yarmey and Dan Schreffler.
You're going to be in on the Christmas card list now you hear so often.
Finally.
I told Chuck he's retaking the lead. Actually, I think he has the lead comfortably, but who is on his heels? But none other than Mitch Steele, the brewmaster for Stone. So if somebody's going to be on your heels,
Mitch and I are going to have to get together and work this out.
That's rare air right there.
Yeah,
I got to
it is.
tell you, Chuck and Mitch Steele in the same, guest lineup.
I think we should have a throwdown out in San Diego to settle this thing once and for all.
Let's have something in San Diego. I'm in favor of that.
So we have all kinds of stuff today to talk about. The first thing I always like to talk about is getting people involved in home brewing. And so right out of the gate, guys, if someone is interested in this in any way, shape, or form, and it may be as minimal as, hey, I like beer, and maybe it would be fun to make some, where do you guys meet? Where can they come and find out more?
Okay, well, for starters, the Wyoming Valley Homebrewers Club meets monthly at Sabatini's Pizza, the first Monday of each month at 7 o'clock. If you're up north, the Scranton Brewers Guild meets at
Jack's Draft House.
Jack's Draft
last
House.
Wednesday.
And south, there's the LCB, which is the Luzerne County Brewers.
Right.
Thank you, and it's a scary name.
Yes,
But their meeting place, honestly, I'm not sure where they meet, but the easiest thing is to Google any of these.
You can find them online.
Right.
That's
homebrew
Mike
clubs online.
Zorzi.
Right. And Facebook. We're all on Facebook. So you come to a meeting, and everybody's very welcoming, and they'll help you out.
And anyone can come to these meetings. You can just show up and say, hey, I'm interested, and you can talk about beer, talk about brewing beer, and learn a lot more about it. And despite what these guys may look like, they're actually a very welcoming group of people. They're all very pleasant and
say
nice.
the nicest things to our guests. Isn't that wonderful? Very good.
No, the meetings are a lot of fun, and you can learn a lot, and you can just hang out and see what it's all about. So we're doing an event, and that event is tomorrow.
This is a yearly event, right?
It is, yeah. We promote 2 different events during the year, one in May and one in November. And the event happens to be, we timed it right this year. I don't know how we did that. We timed it right. It is tomorrow. And it's Learn to Homebrew Day. It's a nationwide event kind of thing. But there are several events locally that you can participate again in. Tell us about the events.
Learn to Homebrew Day. Also, you'll see a Teach a Friend to Homebrew Day. There's 2 events going on tomorrow. If you're up north, there is one at Hamlin Distributors. They're going to set up a tent, and they're going to be brewing all day out there. They also sell homebrew supplies there, and the really cool thing is if you want to brew your first batch tomorrow, you could go in the store, purchase your supplies, take it out to the tent, and they will brew that batch with you.
Wow.
So,
see, that's very helpful. Your first one right out of the
that'd
gate.
be great. Right there at your elbow, giving you a hand and telling you what direction you're moving.
Right, and you don't have to take it home and make a mess and get in trouble.
Make a mess right there in the parking lot.
That's right, and walk away then.
And how many times have I made a mess in a parking lot?
So that's the North event, and again, you could go on their Facebook page for more information. The event south of here is at Simply Homebrew in Drums, and the Luzerne County Homebrewers Club, they're going to be making a 60-gallon Russian Imperial Stout, and they're going to age it in a Jack Daniel's whiskey barrel.
Jeez, that sounds like jet fuel. Wow.
So
60 gallons.
Yeah, 60 gallons. So again, you're welcome to stop down there and see what's going on, participate, and they'll help you out. And Pete also sells starter kits and all the ingredients and equipment you need, and you can make your first batch after visiting there. And also, one more thing quick I want to mention: if you're local and you can't make it to any of these events, Wyoming Valley Homebrewers Club, what we're doing is you contact us on Facebook, or you could go to our website and email us. If you're interested in brewing and you want one-on-one lessons, we will hook you up with a brewer next time they brew that's convenient for your time, and you could brew with them, or they will help you make your first batch of beer.
And I think that's a super idea, and I think it's very helpful. I know the first time I mess around with it, there were a lot of questions that came up, and it wasn't hard, and in the end, it's sort of intuitive, and it makes sense, and you sort of follow the instructions if you have a kit. But to have someone there with that level of experience walking you through it step by step, I think that's a huge help.
There's a couple of steps to it, and if you don't know them, obviously you're without a clue. You could go by the book and say, well, page 7, what's next? But if you got somebody who's actually can advise you as you're going along, that's huge.
And if you just want to see it, you can go to one of these events and just shadow someone. You can just watch them brew. You don't have to go buy a homebrew kit to brew. You can actually watch and maybe even participate a little bit. So I think it's a great idea. We have I'm going to say 4 beverages in front of us because they are uniquely different, and they are the sorts of things you can create when you're home brewing. And home brewing doesn't always have to be beer. And so right out of the gate, Dan has created one, and Dan, it's actually, I'll let you tell the story, but Dan created the tools to make our first beverage.
Really?
Our first beverage is an apple cider, a hard apple cider.
Yep.
We need to be clear on that. First off, tell us about the tool you made to make it.
Sure. So the cool thing about homebrewing is not only making beverages, but also it's gadgetry. It's constructing stuff. So if you're really into getting your hands on stuff, this is one of those things. So Greg Evans of Whiskey Dick, he contacts me, he says, Dan, I have a whole bunch of forgotten apples in my yard. Here, take them. I'm like, fine, these will make great cider. Pick 5 buckets worth of them, and like, okay, now what? You can't just put the whole apple in a jug and hope for something to happen. Yeah. So I ended up building a cider press out of some leftover pressure-treated lumber, an old car jack, a 5-gallon bucket, and a bacon pan. And so if you go to our website, you'll see some pictures on it up there.
Dan's MacGyver hard cider.
MacGyver press.
You gotta love the internet for finding out how to do these things, by the way. Yeah.
Clearly it worked.
Yeah. So this is a dry cider. Ciders could be sweet, dry, semi-sweet, depends on the yeast. So this is going to be very wine-like, and so it's a 5% alcohol cider. And
mine's already gone away. I'm sorry to repeat.
It's gone.
I look at this. I mean, I think a cider is probably simpler than making a beer. I think it is just the apple juice has the sugars in it, and you add the yeast to it.
And you don't even have to add the yeast. Go and get some unpasteurized cider, pour about a cup out, and just let it ferment in the jug. You'll see that cider container blow up a little bit. It's fermenting. So
if you like hard cider and you have some apples,
and you have a transmission from a 1951 Buick in the backyard and 3 planks of wood,
if you have access to Wegmans and a baseball bat, you're set.
Beautiful. It's very good.
Really, really good. You said 5% ABV?
5%.
Yeah, so it makes a nice, easy drinking fall beer.
Yep. Like
the next one we have is part of, and it's a winter warmer, and we'll let Dan talk about that style, but this one came out of an event that we promoted last year in May, or this year in May, called 24 and 24, where the guys got together and brewed 24 beers over 24 hours. And this was one of the resulting beers. Tell us about the event and the charities that it supported and this beer.
Yeah, so this is another one where you see the home brewing community collaborating. So Luzerne County, Scranton Brewers Guild, and Wyoming Valley came together to do a fundraiser. We did 24 beers in 24 hours, so literally a 24-hour brewathon. And this was one of the beers that was created. This event raised over $2,500 for 3 local charities, so we're very proud of contributing back to the community. A lot of great sponsors, particularly this was the homebrew that we've actually canned. The We Can Mobile Canning Group packaged it at Simply Homebrew. This beer, Winter Warmer, was made by whoever was standing at 2 a.m. in the morning of the 3 groups, shivering, making, this is a lightly spiced cinnamon, ginger, nutmeg, about 7% ABV, as much as we measured anything at 2 a.m. Really comment on it. We really could have used some Winter Warmer that morning, though, because it was chilly.
A really nice beer.
24 and 24 is what you're calling it, or that's where it came from?
That's just what I wrote on. Yeah, it's a Winter Warmer.
I thought it was 2Y and 2. I thought we were doing algebra here.
And we should thank Pete Rickard from We Can Mobile Canning for canning this stuff up. It looks cool in a can. The next one we have is from John Solinsky, and this is a Belgian dark ale. Is it barrel aged? Barrel aged with cherries.
We're calling it barrel aged. It's actually aged with bourbon barrel soaked chips.
Okay, that makes sense.
And I'm sorry, the cherries were Montmorency.
Montmorency.
There we go.
They should make bourbon chips.
We're making that up, by the way.
You know
we don't have no idea how to pronounce it.
I was going to bring a bag of bourbon chips in to pass
that
around,
would have been
but didn't know how that'd go. But yeah, John aged this, and this beer is a little over a year old. But with time, it's a Belgian dark, and the flavors really come through in this. It's a really great dessert beer.
Oh
too.
Man, that smells delicious.
And this just goes to show you, just because you homebrew it doesn't mean it's not an amazing beer. These are some amazing beers, and you can use many of the techniques, and it's actually easier to use some of the techniques that the big guys use because you're doing it in a smaller batch.
And that's the whole point of Learn a Homebrew Day, which is happening tomorrow. Well, let's move on to our pumpkin.
The last
creation.
one, Chuck created it last night for us, and it is. I can describe it as pumpkin cheesecake in a cup with alcohol.
Oh my God, that is so good!
Wow.
Tell us about this one.
Very good.
Okay, this is a pumpkin cream cello, and the recipe actually comes from Pete Aiello from Simply Homebrew. Pete's our cello guy. I did post the recipe on Wyoming Valley Homebrewers Club Facebook page if anybody's interested in making it. The point about this is you can make this tonight and serve it tonight. So we posted this recipe. If you want to, go and try something like this for Thanksgiving, for the holidays, see that you could make something successful, share it with your family and friends. It's very easy to make, and give it a try, and that might get your foot in the door and
it's
making other things.
It's a little boozy, so it would make the holiday go faster with the family.
Pete Aiello makes good cello.
It's a really nice beverage, and this goes to show you we had a wide variety of things here: 2 beers, a cider, and a cello. You can make a lot of things at home and make some really, really good stuff.
We got to fly here. Dan Schreffler and Chuck Yarmey from the Wyoming Valley Homebrewers Club. Tomorrow's Learn to Homebrew Day. Where can folks go if they want to participate and join you guys tomorrow? Where do they go?
Go up to Hamlin Beverage, and they could go down to Simply Homebrew in Drums.
Perfect.
Awesome. The Friday Beer Buzz, powered by Sabatini's in Exeter, one of the area's greatest selections of rare crafted imported beers. Growlers and Crowlers, a hand pump, and 35 rotating drafts, all at Sabatini's Pizza and Sabatini's Bar and Bottle Shop, Wyoming Avenue, Exeter.
The Friday Beer Buzz, bringing good beers and good people together.
If you feel like shouting out,